Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. I'm coming to you with another sales update video. The first item I have is a women's fleece jacket. I got this a very long time ago at the Salvation Army. I only paid $1, which was good because I was just learning, and I picked it up because it had polar bears on it. I thought that looked different, and that is not why you pick up something. This sold eventually for $4.25. And the buyer paid $14.80 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of men's Izod pants. I normally do not pick up Izod, but these were new with tags, and they were only $1 at the Salvation Army. Eventually they did sell for $9.74, and the buyer paid $16.94 with shipping. Okay, this is a men's Nike dry fit shirt, long sleeve, pullover. Definitely want to pick up the dry fit, so if you see this, pick it up. They sell great. This was $4.50 at the Goodwill. The buyer paid $19.99, and altogether $52.94 with shipping because it was shipped to the UK. Alright, this is a pair of Stacey Adams men's Oxford dress shoes. It was snakeskin, but really it's only this little strip that's snakeskin. The rest is just leather. Stacey Adams, it depends on what you pay. If it's really cheap, you can pick it up, especially if it's snakeskin and it's Stacey Adams and it's cheap enough, like $5 is what I paid for this. But if you're paying a little bit more, it's a little bit more expensive, I would definitely look it up because it's kind of iffy. They were missing the inserts, so I put it out on an auction because I wasn't comfortable with the buy it now with that flaw. So I put it out for $14.99 and only got one bid, and the buyer paid $27.61 with shipping. Okay, this is a men's Nike dry fit polo again. It's a golf polo. I paid $3.50 at the Goodwill, and it sold for $19.99, and the buyer paid $23.56 with shipping. Alright, this is an International Concepts women's leather jacket, and I only paid 50 cents for this, so I didn't even look it up. When I got home, I noticed like on the edging by the buttons there was some wear. So again, if it has wear that I'm questionable about, I put it out on auction so people can, decide what they want to pay for it. I put it out as low as, I'm comfortable with. So I put it out for only $14.99 and only got one bid, but on 50 cents that's fine. And with shipping, the buyer paid $26.64. Alright, this is an Eddie Bauer linen jacket. Eddie Bauer I normally only pick up if it is new with tags, if there's something unusual or unique about it that I might like, a certain material. Linen is good, but if it was more expensive, I probably wouldn't have picked this up either. But this was only 50 cents, so that was fine. It sold for $11.99, and the buyer paid $19.19 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of men's Levi's 505 jeans. It was 32 by 32, so if it's like a regular size, a normal size, I will pick up the 501s and the 505s. And I'm kind of even starting to steer away from the 550s because it doesn't sell that quickly for me. But if it's a bigger size, I always pick those up. I think almost any of the Levi's, if it's nice and clean and it's a big size, they usually sell pretty well. Okay, did I say what this sold for? I don't know. If I'm saying it twice, I'm sorry. But I paid $5.50. It sold for $17.99, and the buyer paid $25.19 with shipping. Okay, this is a men's vintage Levi's shirt. It's silver tabbed, and if you see right there, see a little tag instead of being red or orange, it's silver on the pocket, and the tag inside looks like this. I paid $4.50 for this at the Goodwill, and it sold for $19.99, and the buyer paid $27.19 for shipping. And this is a pair of Ferris ski pants. I think they would have sold for more money, but they were vintage and they were small. Like the waist was only like a 26-inch waist for, you know, so I'm saying it's a 12, but the waist was 26 inches. So I think that really hurt it as far as selling it. So I paid $4.50 for it. Eventually sold for $14.99, and the buyer paid $22.19 for shipping. All right, this blazer was like, it's like corduroy. It has like floral embroidery, and the edges were all frayed. So you could use words like boho and hippie, and I just like the way it looked. I love anything that's like boho or hippie. Not that every single thing I ever pick up that I use those keywords sells great, but a lot of it does. So I picked this up for 50 cents, and it sold fairly quickly for $19.99, and the buyer paid $27.18. Now the brand name was Kit, and I gotta tell you, actually I didn't look this up. I just kind of put it out. So Kit was the brand name for that. And the next item is LL Bean hiking sneakers. They were $4 at the Goodwill, and they sold for $19.99, and the buyer paid $27.19 for shipping. And this did not sell. I actually just want to tell you about it because I'm sure you all come across these customers where you just can't imagine what's going on in their head. And this is one of them, so I'm just going to tell you about that real quick. This woman, she purchased this item, and as soon as she purchased it, she decided, before she paid, that she was going to ask me one question after another about, like, this item. And by the third one, I was like, I better go look at her feedback because she's off. And yeah, I was really glad I did, because the first thing was, you know, I went in, the first thing you see is a feedback left for her, which normally does not give you an accurate description of the person because sellers are not allowed to leave buyers negative feedback. However, this woman had irritated so many sellers that there was a whole boatload of positives with negative comments about her. And there was a lot. And they were all saying she was crazy. And so I looked at the feedback she was leaving for the sellers, and she left about a third of her feedbacks were like negative, and she was saying that they were harassing her, and the main word was harassing. All the sellers were harassing her. So I was like, okay, so I kind of have someone who's not all there. So I decided, okay, no matter what she does, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, okay, fine, because I know she's just armed and ready to leave a negative. And this item costs 50 cents, so what do I care if I sit on it for like a week or two? And that's exactly what I did. This took 2 weeks of this woman before she finally disappeared. She would ask me questions like every third day. She'd either ask me another question about the item, she'd say she's looking for another jacket, she'd let me know if she wanted it soon. So this went for like 2 weeks, and then finally she's like, you know, I don't want this item, you know, you can relist it. Oh, thank you for holding it. And again, I'm like, sure, no problem. And I canceled the item. And I had already, when I saw the feedbacks that she had received and had left for others, I had blocked her that day. She was already blocked from buying another item from me. So then I canceled the item, and she actually left me a positive feedback. So, and then I just relisted the 50-cent item, so it's back on eBay. So, you know, if you get somebody like this, don't get upset. They're not there. You know what I mean? There's something wrong. Just try to get ahead of it. Try to figure out the best solution so you have the best outcome. Don't worry about getting even with her, or, you know, how she's messing with you. Just find out how you can get the best outcome, which would be either no feedback or a positive feedback, and just take that route and then just forget about it. But I just wanted to share that with you because it happens all the time. Okay, the next item I have, and you really should keep your eye out for this. This is an LL Bean barn coat, a vintage barn coat. I just sold one not too long ago for a woman, and this is for the men's. The women's was like this berry colored barn coat, and that sold for about $40. And this one sold for $49.99, and it only cost $7.50 because they had it, even though it was kind of heavy, they had it in with the jackets. And I would have paid the coat price, which was $11.50, because that's still a good profit. And with shipping, the buyer paid $61.14. So definitely keep your eye out for this LL Bean jacket. Okay, the last item I have for eBay is a Benetton lamb's wool sweater vest. I mean, Benetton's, I mean, this isn't, some of them sell really well, but I usually always pick them up if it's like a good price, only a few dollars. Now, this was half off at the Salvation Army, and so I only paid $3, and it sold for $19, and the buyer paid $22.57 with shipping. Okay, the next two items are for Etsy. This is a Natural American Spirit vintage cigarette tin. And I found this at the Goodwill, and it was only 50 cents. And it sold for $14.99. That was much more. I thought, you know, I'm lucky if I get 10, but it sold for $14.99, and the buyer paid $18.38 for shipping. And not only that, it got a lot of attention, it got a lot of views, and I actually had multiple questions from different people about this. So it's actually desired. So if you do see this, definitely pick it up. And the last item I have is a vintage kitchen whisk, and you can use the word egg beater. You want to put metal, like if it's an all metal whisk, and heavyweight, like if it's one of the ones you pick up and you're like, oof, you know, that's heavy. Definitely use the word heavyweight. This was $1 at the, oh no, it was at the church sale, but this was $1. And it sold within a week on Etsy for $19.99, and the buyer paid $24.28 for shipping. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and your sales are going great, and I will see you next time.